this show. Shall.
Rising, Benjamin.
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and, well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. You're at such an important moment in your career, and I'm just so proud of you. This is nothing but a little bump in the road for me. I'm going to be fine. Okay? So don't even worry about calling me back. Just letting you know. Okay, Benny. I love you.
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe is the single thing in the world my wife was most proud of.
Ez még!
Go on, B. Say something. What's wrong? What?
Hey, you. As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day. You are a snake. You're a fraud. But worst of all, Benjamin, you are a little tease. I have told the
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son. I can't move without bumping into her. And then I just find myself breaking down again. I hope you understand.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. Yeah, I think you did the right thing. By the way,
Mindkettőt mindent megtarthatunk, nem?
sincere like that. She just wanted you to focus on your work. That was the only thing that mattered to her. What's that? What's so fascinating, son? Look. It's unbelievable, Benny. It's like she's standing in the room with us. Like I can see her in the paint. I can feel her.
A life in painting. Inspired by the musical composition of his late mother, the composer Alice Stevens, relatively unknown in her life, Breen lifted his mother's work out of obscurity with the creation of this piece. He is now considered to be one of the great composers of her time.
I just walked through the entire show.
It's fun.
Unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that. I just can't believe that my entire childhood I was living next to a bona fide genius. I should. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music. She was a genius. Like mother, like son, I guess. Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing after this? Maybe we could get a drink or something? I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck.
Tényleg így kezdődött az egész.
Finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the nobody, nothing.
Ez az a csónak, vagy így néz ki a csónak, amit rajzoltunk is.
Oh, well, there you are. Well, hello, sir. If I had realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter.
Grabowski.
The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that.
Most kell pislogni sokat
See
még.
if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
Hát happy.
A jovial child or a solitary one? Hey, not bad. His childhood was a happy one, growing up in a loving home raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant? His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like your champion or more like a taskmaster? Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was ever encouraging, teaching him to recognize the greatness within. And how about that neighbor girl? Huh? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or first love? Now be honest here. Don't be bashful, man. You can tell me.
Ezeket egy csomó mindent elpislogtam.
But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten. Painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive
Cyanogen:Cyanogen.
school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You mucky fowls! All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I had assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're lyre birds. They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings. Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one. Hopefully you won't be seeing him again. You're a flea-bitten sap, you know that? Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
Hallå?
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you. But it's too late for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper...
Jó ötlet, Csajka, de hogy határozzuk meg? 3 óra? Vagy nem tudom.
Lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth.
Elpislogtam. Egyből. Várj, most még egyszer.
Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one?
I don't have time for this. The gatekeeper's waiting.
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, I might be a work of genius just as I was.
I get all this. We need to move. This. Stay here. What did your mother hear on that phone call?
Slogi, ha van
I'm
merszed.
getting it.
Kek.
Hello?
Köszi szépen, Engine.
Yes, of course. This is
Ezt a
Adam's
rohadt.
daughter.
Pont, még jó, hogy lejárt. Mi volt?
She knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it. Let's
Milyen
move.
pislogás.
Köszi, Steve.
You're off. You're off, Ben. You can't hear that? You're eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. I need you to stay focused.
God, honey, I'm worried too.
I know, sweetie.
Ernie! Kid! Come to Papa! I know you're mad about last night, but this is ridiculous.
What happened last night? Oh, God.
What?
Well, if he survived that, I don't know how worried we have to be.
Okay, well, let's take this seriously, okay? He has one eye.
Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep going.
Ah!
Keep your eyes open. I need to see.
Ah! Gyerünk ma! Új. Jó. Micsoda! Ez mi ez?
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work. To make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone.
I know you want to stay here, man, but we don't have the time.
So this has been a big surprise for me this year, in a lot of ways. I think I like that you let me talk. My cousin never lets me talk. My dad does, but I can tell he's not really listening.
Csalás.
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I get all this. We need to move.
Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Just maybe 5 minutes, kiddo. Okay?
Persze, csak 5 perc anyuval. Ki van itt? Köszi néki az ajándékszabot. Ezt nem pislogatok. Oh.
I need to hear what they're saying. Really try to recall it.
Oh, mi van?
I mean, what's the point?
Ne pislogi.
What's the point? What's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. But it's okay.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon at the top of your lungs.
Köszi Steve. Szia Die Hard is, sziasztok!
You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're almost at the end of this. I promise. You know what to do. Go ahead and blink.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing with it. Well, hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics. Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better.
Elpislogtam.
Man, this is wild. You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day. First love? Okay, Benny. And you know, we really could have just slept on the beach another night, but I'm also glad we didn't because, well, another night wouldn't be the same night, if that makes sense. Okay, back to the story. He loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. Man, you take your doodle seriously. I did not realize, but I respect it. I respect it. I do.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable.
Aha, most nagyon jó. 30 percig pislogás, nyugi.
You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
Nem lehet tudni ezeknél, hogy van-e értelme nem pislogni, vagy nincs. Mert itt történik valami most is, de hogyha pislogok, akkor tovább megyünk. Most szerintem nem pislogtam pedig.
You're gonna be so annoyed
Lehet, hogy a
with me,
labotolban.
but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to
Szia,
read it if
Skylar.
you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do. I can't.
Just go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you. Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, you know, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great.
Nem, marha nem tetszett neki, bazd meg.
His childhood was a happy one. Growing up in a loving home, raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. I'm certainly glad you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. It reads like Dickens.
Igen. Új komputer. No.
Benny! Benny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me? Richard! Richard, get up!
Uha.
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no, that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now. Yes, I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this.
Na bassza meg.
Hey, this
Na,
is
hello.
funny, you know? What? You're too scared to talk to me?
Köszi szépen Porska Jóska a 9 milliós Prime-ot. Köszi.
I know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff.
I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, that's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
Van értelme tovább játszani, vagy pisloghatok? Szia Twixer.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine. Oh, her poor fur. Richard, we have
Tehát
to
most
give
ez
her a
teljesen
haircut,
más.
okay?
I'm getting her a sashimi plate.
What?
What? I think she more than deserves it.
Oh, I think you're right.
Most egy teljesen más kimenetel, mint amit végig éltünk az elején.
She hasn't been over. Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
god, you're an idiot.
Köszi.
You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't
here.
have done that. But hey, what are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you. I want to give you something, but I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
Azt mondja, hogy Dear weird neighbor kid.
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
It's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
Azért nem kezdem a kinyitni. Köszi, Fragi. Most már nem tudom hallgatni tovább. Get well soon, hehe.
Az egy hatalmas repülő agytumor, just saying.
Tényleg az amúgy. Köszi. Szia, Ádám.
I can't breathe.
I know.
It's okay, Benny. I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this clamp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You can come back to me now.
You have to do something. Richard, I can't breathe. I feel like I can't breathe.
It's okay, Benny. Just close your eyes.
You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller.
De miért akkor meghaltunk?
If I just don't have
És azért
grand
vagyunk
enough
itt.
words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. Ugh. I know just what to tell her. Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me. I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think.
Ez meg. Vagy pislogok.
There she is. Wish me luck.
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense
Na jó
guy.
van.
My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now.
Mi?
It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Brin. Benjamin Brin was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea. His mother was a
Nem
composer,
pisloghatok.
or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home with light and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how, even when he was sick, he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten. So when he knew he was going to go, he was okay. Because he'd already lived a great
Jó, most
life,
pisloghatok.
a full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
Ezt egybe elpislogtam a francba.
She accepts. Close your eyes now and keep them closed.
De elvileg sikerült.
She's gonna let you in. Go on. You know what to do.
Why is he smiling like that?
He must be somewhere that he likes.
I wanna be somebody. Me 2.0 for you. And when you meet somebody, you're gonna feel the
A pislogós royal. Ne. Jó, nyilván lehetett volna ezt, meg lehet ezt játszani. Anélkül, hogy mármint úgy pislognál, hogy pislognál. De nyilván a streamen egy kicsit viccesebb volt. Igen, igen, igen. Ez a... Ott van, Detection Technology by Ulso. Valaki kérdezte, vagy írta, vagy nem tudom. Remélem a Gamivós linken. Ami most tényleg van akció Gamivon. Mert én nem azt mondtam? De! Jó, nyugi. Amúgy nyilván nem azt mondtam, tudom. Van most ilyen Black Friday-es akció, vagy vannak. De mi és ez hogy működik, te Boslaj, vagy te ezt vágod? Bár most, hogy belegondolva, amúgy azért annyira nem lehet nehéz. Vannak ilyen izék, ilyen szemkövetősök is. Nem lesz Dota Francis, elmondtam meg. Hely az van, csak mivel mobilnetről vagyok, nem fog letöltögetni 40 gigákat. Ez igazán. De most a Gamivón is ott van. Mr. Bagelfart. Neked mindegy, elfelejt, de a Dotánál se voltál itt, csak beírták 2 mondatot, aztán ennyi. Na, jól van. Várj, és akkor itt vannak a csapterek. Nem. Csaptelep, igen. Nem tudom mennyi volt ez, igazából Erzig hívtelte, de ez egy jó kis game volt. Adom. Ez kb. Így igazából így minden részletért végig lehetne játszani úgy, hogy nem kamerázgatsz, vagy kamerázgatok. Na várjál, most megpróbálom visszarakni streamre.